So the music is actually playing. Hey, what's up, guys? Can you guys hear? Yep, they can.
There we go.
Yeah, they can hear us. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this would be great for your weekly Wednesday What's Up. This fucking little crane thing. We just
That's a good point.
post it and just be like, hey, guys.
Okay, we got a little bit of music in the background there. A little bit going on. What up, everybody? What up?
Look, chat's right there. I like that.
That's for the Twitch. Oh, actually, no. Which one is that? What's up, Scary Bickies? I'm assuming that's actually the Twitch chat. So, shout outs to everybody on Twitch there. That's always where the money is. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. That's always where the money is. And let's see what's going on YouTube over here. How you guys doing over on YouTube? There you go. All right, so I'll pop that one up over here. And I'll bring that over here so we can all see that. Okay.
Ah, okay. That works. Just a little. Yeah.
So weird. People always ask me these requests about stuff. Like,
Well, like, can you do something?
well, thank you, Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman. What is $4.99 in pounds there?
I have no clue. I don't know pounds.
Oh, okay.
That's UK.
That's still
They refused to adopt the euro.
Brexit.
No, long before
right.
Brexit. They just.
Right.
I think you can spend some euro in the UK, but it's mostly pounds over there.
How do I crop the Terry? That's the challenge today.
Yeah, all this closet over here.
I know, like that's all like. Whoa, that's one way to do it. See that right there.
I see.
That right there would be perfect, but I don't know how to like.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Something's happening.
Oh. There you go, and then right there, and then bring it down, and yeah. Oh, and then we get up. Oh, dun 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 dun.
Perfect.
Okay, good enough.
Perfectly balanced.
As all things should be. All right, guys. Hey, welcome to a very basic edition here. Hopefully you guys can hear us okay. We should be sounding quite nice today. Welcome to just a quick thing where we just chat with you guys for a little bit before I start my. Oh, it's like $6. Cool. Three for me, 3 for you. We just talk about whatever.
North Ireland only. Okay. All right. Thanks for. I still have to visit.
We just talk about whatever, and as always, donations are always appreciated. If you do it on 2 parts of Blackwood, if you do it on Twitch, we get all the money. Oh, so actually, technically, it isn't $3. $3 for you. No, it's actually going to be like 2 for you, 2 for me, and then 2 for YouTube. Because Super Chat, they collect 30% of every donation. But, anyways,
That's a chicken stick at the Family Mart.
Say what?
Chicken stick at the Family Mart.
What does that mean?
You know, a chicken yakitori stick.
Oh, that's what you had?
I mean, like $2 would be like a chicken stick.
Oh, got it. Men have their limits. I choose to ignore mine.
Is that a Batman quote?
That's definitely a Batman.
Okay.
That's a Batman-ish quote. If that's not the Batman quote, that is a Batman-ish quote. Harley. All right, so yeah, we're just having breakfast. I'm having breakfast. And we're going to get into maybe some Beat Saber. I lost my flash drive, my tiny flash drive for my recorder.
Oh, no.
No, but don't worry. I always have a plan. I always have backup. So this is the recorder that I use for giving that professional look and feel and appeal, but
it uses micro.
Yeah, it uses a micro, but it uses only a very specific type.
Okay.
You can't do over 32 gigabytes.
Okay, because I was going
I'm
to say,
sorry.
I got plenty of those
No, you
big
can't.
ones.
Sorry, you can't go over 16 gigabytes.
Oh, that's really weird.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't have those. I only have like massive flash drives. I was going to say, I could dust one off.
Right, no, it's crazy. Like, so, like, when I got this, I'm like, damn, this is actually really difficult because nobody buys
The little tiny
yeah,
ones anymore.
and so, but anyways, so I lost it yesterday, transferring the Clone Wars audio. It's somewhere in the house, but I was like, this is crazy. Let me just order another one. So I just paid $7, or about $7, and Amazon is delivering it in less than an hour by now.
Oh,
so,
that's what you're saying. We have
yeah.
to wait for that. Okay.
before we can start recording
What
Harley
is it?
Quinn
Alright.
and all the other
Yes.
YouTube videos that we're going to be doing today. But speaking of Harley Quinn, let's, I guess, actually, let me get my breakfast real quick before I get into that, and we can talk about
Yeah,
that.
let's get a little something in our stomach before we.
Gurren Lagann, yeah, I've watched it already. I've watched that great show, actually.
All right, it's selfie time. Selfie time. Nope, not here. Nope, not the closet. Maybe the blue screen? Nah, not the blue screen. Ronan Unchained, what's up? We've been good. McDonald's delivers, I forget.
Yeah. Da 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 da. Niggas be grubbing.
I was gonna go for McDonald's this morning, but I was like, nah, I got eggs, bacon, bread in the
No,
fridge.
it works. It actually works out better that way because if you didn't, then you would have had to gotten McDonald's for all of us. You'd be coming here like, right?
Plastic bags and stuff.
Right.
Tyrone Magnus loves capes flapping, so he probably enjoyed Gurren Lagann. What's Gurren Lagann? What the fuck is
Gurren Lagann is one of the best animes ever done, actually.
It's old school?
Yeah, kind of. It's pretty old, but it really
A minute.
it combines a lot of pop culture trends of like older animes, and it's done really well. Like that's one of the first times I legitimately was kind of shaken up and like crying, and like I was in tears towards the end because it just kind of there was something that happened that just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yes.
And I still to this day remember shouting out. I was like what? And then I was in tears afterwards. It was fucking crazy.
So it came out in 2007. By that time,
Yeah.
I had stopped watching anime.
Love you, Lucy Lou. Yeah. The fuck?
Coffee's not on point.
No, it's like why put a fucking lid on top of another?
I'm just like, that's so Japanese. I just want to throw something right now. Like,
What the fuck? That's like beating a motherfucker with another motherfucker. Like, why would you do that? I was just like, huh? I was like, it's not coming out.
They love doing that. They love wasting plastic, man. Like,
My guess is that,
for spill prevention.
yeah, because it got delivered, so it's like, but I'm like, damn, there wasn't another way for that? Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, and then one of the best quotes came from Gurren Lagann. They were like, how did it go? Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. Like that. And I was
Okay,
like, damn,
okay.
okay.
That's
What's
very
up, Ace of Jack?
sociological.
Yeah. Alright, anyways, let's talk about Harley Quinn, the show is really good. I'm liking Harley Quinn, the show. I'm feeling it. It's real fun, man. I like it a lot. We're gonna finish it today, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And the first episode, the edited version should be up fairly soon. KR Presents just gave me my copy of it, so
Okay.
I will probably post it very soon. But please make sure you check out the Patreon. Like, this ain't no joke, man. I mean it when I say it. Like, There is no money on YouTube anymore, and so I gotta pay these editors to edit these shows, and that shit is no joke, man. It's like I can't do it myself. If anybody who knows me in my personal life, they know how busy I am. Like when I'm awake, I'm making videos.
Yeah.
When I'm asleep, that's it. I'm asleep, and I barely get that. So
it wasn't until I started making videos that I realized, yo, like editing is the worst part of this whole thing. Yep. You can spend a whole day, shooting, having fun, but then you got to get to the computer and grind and do post-production, and that's a lot.
And on top of that, there's a matter of editing to just get a fucking project out and editing something you really enjoy.
Yeah, definitely.
And back in the day, years ago, I used to make videos I just enjoyed in terms of editing. I had a lot of fun producing them, but I couldn't spend fucking 8 hours on a video just having fun now. No, I just gotta get that shit out now. Yeah. And the quality dipped, and that sucks a lot. So, Alright. Anyway, so Harley Quinn, the movie. I don't know if you heard this, but Warner Brothers, so Birds of Prey and the emancipation of one Harley Quinn did not do well. Had the worst opening weekend.
I saw the numbers. I was like,
yeah.
Like, whoa, okay.
Had the worst opening weekend of all time for a DC EU movie or whatever, which isn't really saying much, but it does say something about the brand and about the marketing. So Warner's sent a PSA to their theaters, and they were just like, can you change the name of the movie to just Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey? Like that.
It should have been that from the get-go.
Exactly.
It should have been that from the get-go.
Exactly. Now,
go
ahead.
I feel sometimes that these producers, movie companies, they expect too much of their fans.
I think so.
And so what I mean is, people don't read comic books. There was a commenter last week that was like, I bet you don't read comic books. Surprise, motherfucker, you got me. I don't read comic books. I don't know who the hell the Birds of Prey are, right? My mother doesn't know. I don't know if your mother knows.
Nope.
like no one knows who the Birds.
I'd be surprised if my mom even knows who fucking Harley Quinn is.
Yeah. Harley Quinn is a little bit more mainstay, and
exactly.
If anything, she is her name is built on the strength of her being in the Suicide Squad movie, right? They didn't mention any Birds of Prey in that, so when they see that, they're like, oh, spinoff, like that other chick.
And let's not forget that, personally, I thought, for what it was, I enjoyed Suicide Squad. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I don't really get, like, why people tore that fucking movie apart as bad as they did.
I liked it better than BVS.
Oh, damn. Well, I mean, for me, too.
Yeah. It was just more fun, more fun.
It felt like a roller coaster ride, basically.
Yeah,
like, it just, you felt like you were on a Universal Studios backlot and they were just filming a movie or whatever. Yeah. But that being said, the reputation, regardless of how we felt about it, overall, it's one of the least liked DCE movies of all time. And so going into that reputation, like when people think about the worst movie or whatever, it's not really the best idea, I guess, to have a spin-off of Suicide Squad, an unofficial spin-off of Suicide Squad, so connected.
Okay.
Because people may not go flock to see that movie.
So what you're saying is they made a calculation, like let's distance ourselves, associating ourselves from Suicide Squad. This is something else. It's Birds of Prey, but Harley Quinn is the star, so please give us your money.
Exactly. So I understand in some sense where WB's marketing was. They're like, if we just say Harley Quinn, or we put another reason maybe that Harley Quinn and Joker movie didn't pan out
that was
as
supposed
well,
to be a thing too,
right?
Because people were like lighting up
Jared Leto,
and I get it. Joaquin Phoenix is got his Oscar, but he didn't get an Oscar for playing the Joker. He got an Oscar for playing sad man in New York. Like, you know,
Right,
like they gave my man Jared Leto too much shit. He was trying. He did his thing.
Exactly. Like, and I think that's another thing. Oh, by the way, what's up, Kata Taris and what? Sorry, and Asa Shack. So yeah, no, that's another thing about that is like, you know, I don't get the full-fledged hate with Jared Leto because I think anybody going after Heath Ledger would
fail.
Would have failed.
And so he took that hit.
Right, exactly. He took the L.
He had to jump on the landmine so that Joaquin could just walk on over.
Exactly. Exactly.
How's this there? My man's like this.
Right. like, I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes, like, look, I liked the Joker movie, but low-key, that dude was acting like Forrest Gump. You're terrible, Murray. And people are gonna go werewolf out. Yo, bro. But look, I liked it though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating the movie. I liked it, but that is definitely a different type of Joker. And
it's funny. I was having a conversation with one of the students at the school.
You're horrible, man.
And I asked him, "Did you like the movie?" And he's like, "You know how Japanese guys."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Wow, okay, well." And when I said why I didn't, he understood. Like for me, I did not entirely appreciate. I don't know, the framing of the violence. It seemed too raw for me. Like, man, like they really went there. And it's not a lot, but when he shoots people, you really feel it. Bang, gone, lights out. Like it's like, fuck, no cutaway.
I thought that was good though.
It is good, but it's like it's so much. I think it's almost. It borderlines for me like a snuff film, kind of. Like, because normally in movies they kind of cut.
I can see that though.
They cut away or they do the fake blah. But this is like it seemed like watching shootings that you would see like bang out like just.
It was real, but I could see what that direction Todd Phillips was going for.
And so that's what made the movie so like impactful,
real
like,
and in your face and shit.
Like damn. However, I think you mentioned this before. That's not a Joker that is a Batman villain. Like okay, my man's just gonna square up with Batman. He's a criminal mastermind.
Right, he's gonna be the clown prince of crime. Come on now.
He's just a thuggish dude.
Like I said, he Forrest Gump, man. He Forrest Gump. Like the way, it's hard to say what was in his mind and what have you not, but the way. They pulled this movie in the same way Forrest Gump was doing all that stuff in his movie and inspiring other people to have a nice day and whatever. That's how I felt at the end when that dude got hit, when he came up there and the whole crowd was chanting his name and he was just like, I was like, oh shit! Like he might be mildly retarded. Like I don't know.
What's going on?
But it's still, again, it's still a good movie. Yeah. I'm just saying that there's a lot of comparisons. I feel to like, mental problems and whatever. Anyway, so Birds of Prey, now changed to Harley Quinn: Birds of Prey. It actually is working a little bit.
Oh, okay.
In Los Angeles, more people are flocking because I think, like you said, I think WB overestimated the impact of their fan base, and but at the same time they were trying to take precautions after Suicide Squad. So
there's another issue too. It is rated R, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that was a good idea.
No, it's not. I remember when I was a kid, like I couldn't see Blade movies. I wanted to see Blade 2 in theaters. Couldn't. I wasn't old enough. I think Blade 2. I can't remember. But, couldn't see him. I was like, oh, fuck. I gotta go watch this garbage instead. Like,
I remember I couldn't see Mallrats, so I snuck in and watched the movie.
I really do hate that about theaters. Like, this is my little rant real quick. Like, when I was a kid trying to go see a movie, like, I remember trying to go see The Matrix Reloaded. Like, come on, or The Matrix Revolutions. Like, I just want to see the end. I'll be 17 next month. I'm sorry, kid. We can't give you a ticket. Like gosh, man.
Right.
It's a movie theater.
Right.
I'm not trying to go to a strip club or whatever. I'm just trying to see a fucking film.
I mean, but granted, there were scenes in there that Like I still remember sneaking in to go see Mallrats, and I was just like, damn, look at the titties on this girl. This homegirl was like, changing in the fucking dressing room or whatever, Jennifer Tilly or whatever her name was, but I was like, man,
Jennifer Tilly's naked in Walmart?
No, was it Jennifer Tilly? Like I don't know what it was, but she was like getting naked, like she was taking off her. No, she's not naked, but yeah, I think it is Jennifer Tilly. Like she was changing, putting on underwear or something like that, and then Kevin Smith comes flying through.
Oh, wow.
Like the fucking locker room. So then she starts putting on the underwear in public.
Yes.
Because people keep on crashing through the dressing room. Whatever. Anyways.
Okay.
Stanley was also talking about that shit too. He was being a total perv in that movie too. Rest in peace. Anyways. South Cali says WB didn't have to make any of these films in the first place, but they tried. And you know what? Honestly, I also think that's a good point as well. Why make a Birds of Prey movie when it's not really, to my knowledge, every iteration of Birds of Prey I've seen has been more connected to more like heroes and like particularly one character in general, Oracle or Batgirl, has always been part of that forefront. So it's kind of like doing Avengers without Captain America, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, it's kind of like, so that's a little weird in its own sense of like, you're gonna have these characters and they're almost like shadows of their comic selves. And I'm not saying they need to be like one-to-one, but there should be some sort of notable sense. Like Black Canary, which I don't know. Now, again, this is us not being able to see the movie because it's not available in Japan yet, which that's a whole nother thing. But you know, you got Black Canary, Huntress. Like, I think my biggest warning sign was the fact that watching the trailer,
yes,
I couldn't tell who was who.
Yeah, me too. They had like scars and like maybe a jacket or whatever. Like they're going real casual.
So people were like, yo, Akazen, you know that's Huntress, right? I'm like, what? Really? Yeah, the other girl, that's Black Canary. I'm like, okay, Black Canary I can kind of get. But then they were like, what did they say? What's the one that really took me by surprise? Cassandra Cain.
Is in the movie. They got Batwoman in the... Wait, she is Batwoman.
Batgirl.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Yeah, no, that's the fucking Asian chick.
Oh, wow.
The young Asian chick that's like, you don't ever call somebody a bitch. I don't know, a chick.
I barely seen the trailers. So
right?
Like, okay, that's crazy though.
That's the young Asian chick, and so she's playing like the runaway version of Cassandra Cain, and I'm like, oh fuck, really? And that, I guess that's, and then fucking Zaz is in that movie as well.
Victor Zaz.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in that movie, and like apparently he plays a Black Mask lover and shit.
Okay.
And like
This is weird. This is so weird. Like, and I don't mind like all that craziness, but at least let them be identifiable for
right.
sake. You know?
Right.
It's not like the X-Men where like the X-Men have their colorful costumes, but they also have you can take away the costume, they still have their powers.
Right, traditional powers, yeah.
You know, fucking optic blast, knives out the hand, does weather, They all have their distinctive look, regardless if they're in costume or not. Which is why when they put them all in black leather, not a big deal. But this, it's like, who are these people?
Right.
You know, like they're all just essentially just souped up vigilantes. They don't have any power sets, right?
Well, Black Canary's got the scream, Canary Cry. Harley is supposed to be. I don't know if they're ever going to explain it, but you know, I don't know if they're ever going to explain this version of it. But Harley is supposed to be genetically modified. Okay. All right. So I don't know if they're ever gonna like explain it in the this situation, but so Harley was dumped in a vat of chemicals, right? In one version of it. There's another version where she just puts on fucking clown makeup, but she already has acrobatic abilities and whatever. But then Poison Ivy hooks up with her, and puts her in some sort of like Baka tank treatment or whatever, and basically rearranges her genes to really heighten her sense of acrobatic. And,
that's cool.
Like that.
Yeah.
And so that's the canon version, the comics version, is that Poison Ivy actually helps her really get like heightened abilities like that.
They should have done something like that, like an Ivy fucking Harley movie, because at least visually, like in the cartoon, it would look better. It would look like, okay.
They are playing to that, as far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. They are playing to that they're in the future. Maybe they might do something like that, but I don't really know. But anyways, for us, where we stand, what?
Bad Pope.
Hold on, I'll get to that
Okay.
I get to that in a second. I see you, Bad Pope.
We got you.
I see you, Bad. I already went on a rant about the fucking Flash last night on Twitter. Fuck that shit, man. People are like, well, why don't you just stop watching it? I'm like, yeah.
You're right. Done. Cancel.
Yeah. Just stop watching it if you don't like it anymore. Okay. Anyways, so where we're at right now with so for me personally, I was somewhat interested in Birds of Prey. If it was convenient for me to watch it, it is not. Not at all. There's no easy way to watch this movie right now because it doesn't come out in Japan till March 20th. So I'll repeat that one more time. The movie is not legally available for going into a movie theater in Japan until March 20th. Over 60 days from now. 30 days. So about 37 days from now. The movie is not available for me to watch legally.
Damn, I bet Black Widow will come out sooner.
You might be right. Shit, you might be right. In fact, I need to double check about some other stuff. Yeah. Now, obviously, illegally, I could go online right now, download a fucking hand cam if I wanted to, but I don't want to do that. And personally, for me, I don't like doing that because that really clouds my judgment in terms of whether a movie is good or not.
Yeah. I haven't done that in years.
Right.
It's not worth it by no means watching a bootleg like that.
Right. I think the last time I did something like that was Man of Steel.
Oh wow, that's like the worst movie to do it too.
Right, Man of Steel, because I remember, particularly with Man of Steel, that was like a 3-month delay of it coming out in Japan, and I'll never forget because that was like the really kind of like the debut of the DCEU or whatever, and people wouldn't fucking shut up about that movie, and people were just like, come on, man, you gotta watch it. Why haven't you watched it or whatever, blah, 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 like that, right? And so then I remember I booked a flight to Korea to go watch that movie, and this was actually when I first met DC Son, because he flew out the same weekend. The weekend Man of Steel came out around the world, except Japan, as usual. He flew out to Korea to go watch that movie.
Yeah.
He had to, right? For me, I couldn't schedule a day off until like Golden Week or some shit like that. So I flew out to Korea, and come to find out that in Korea, a lot of those movies only stay in the theaters for 1 month. So by the time I arrived, that week they pulled it out.
Yes.
So I was just like, I am just fucked on this movie.
Yeah.
So I was I ended up going to Korea for I ended up watching Pacific Rim though, which ended up being a better experience because it was also
amazing.
Yeah.
Too bad about that sequel though.
Yeah. Oh boy. But anyways, I remember watching the fucking bootleg of Man of Steel, and there was this fucking like cum mark or something like this fingerprint on the screen the whole movie, and it looked like a jizz mark or whatever. But I remember watching it right before I flew to Korea, and one of my particular friends, Jonathan, the Seattle Superman, was really getting on me about it. He was like, "Come on, man, you gotta watch it. You gotta." I'm like, "Fine, fuck." And I finally fucking watched this bootleg ass movie at 2 a.m. in the morning, and then I'm like, well, I guess this was all right. This movie was okay. It just kind of ruined the whole experience of watching that movie.
That movie, I stand by it. Man of Steel is amazing. Like, I'm a big Zack Snyder fan. I kind of.
Oh, are you now?
Yeah, I've been a fan of his. He has some bad films in his record. A lot more recently than earlier, but Man of Steel was great. I know some people don't like the whole Superman snapping the neck, whatever. That's cinematic licensing, but just overall, like that intro with his dad's on Krypton and shit. Like,
oh yeah, that was great.
Visually, like that was
great.
I saw that. Yeah. I think I was in South Carolina. I saw that on big screen. Like, just like whoa, and that Hans Zimmer score, fucking yes, and and like he's like fucking going ham, going trading hands with fucking Kryptonians, in the streets and shit. Like, that movie went hard. It was like Dragon Ball Z,
I agree with you. I think Man of Steel had qualities, but terrible pacing. That was the biggest problem with Man of Steel. Was it worked really well. I was loving that movie the first half, but the moment Zod shows up,
yes,
it was like a whole nother director took over. Like, maybe studio interference.
Yeah.
Way too much. Like you
said.
said.
So you didn't like the Kansas fight? When she was like murking up the military and shit?
I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't like the final fight.
Oh, no.
For fucking 40 minutes. Like you just said, like, I was watching Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie. That shit gets tiring. That shit gets exhausting. Like, I don't know who can really find that, like, entertainable at a certain point in time. I'm just like, I'm done, dude. Like, when Zod is like, you have taken everything away from me, and Superman's like, damn, nigga, we gotta do this again? And they get ready for another fight. I'm like, fuck, I was done with this movie. Like, I'm finished.
It was awesome because when it first started, like, he didn't know how to fly, but then he was like, you know what? I've been training my whole fucking life. I'm the master of who I am. He fucking rose like, he fucking ascended and shit. he fucking transformed final form. Fucking Zod. Hell yeah.
He fucking Frieza or whatever.
And now they fly in and fucking and it gets all CG crazy and shit. Niggas flying through fucking buildings and stuff. And that's like crazy too. Like in Dragon Ball, Goku would be like, hey, let's go to Antarctica real quick. Nah, we can't do this here.
Right.
Superman was like, nah, fuck this. Fucking Dunkin' Donuts, or was it?
Right. But you know what's crazy? IHOP. But you know what's crazy about that? You can fucking see dead bodies like all like floating back and forth to dubstep and what have you not. But like that shit is wild. Like all the dead bodies are like boom. Yeah. But my point, I think that's the other thing I didn't like about it is like I think it's cool to have some of that action, but in a superhero movie, but you took the superhero part, you took the hero part out of being super. Like,
all that collateral damage.
There's no reason Zack Snyder needed to have dead bodies bouncing around and 9/11-ish type.
Being a New Yorker, I did feel that, especially when the fucking the dust from it and how it coated them. That's straight 9/11. That's straight up imagery right there. It had me in the theater like, oh my god.
Right.
But then when Superman fucked this dude up, I was like, all right, that's justice.
Right. But I mean, but my thing is, you can show some of that, but it's you took the hero part away from the Superman part, and that's the part that annoyed people the most. It's like, had it shown Superman trying to save a motherfucker once or twice or something, clearing the area out, whatever, or just not show everybody to safety or whatever, we wouldn't have the problems we have in a lot of movies today. And because that set a fucking tone where everybody else has to be fucking super careful.
Yeah, and they explain it or whatever.
Exactly.
The area is clear.
It's
an abandoned warehouse.
Shit was so annoying in Age of Ultron, where every time Tony had to fucking have the AI tell them, okay, the building is all completely clear now. And they're like, okay, thank you, Friday. And shoving Hulk through. I'm like, damn, dude. Fucking Snyder changing. Yeah. Anyways.
But it's funny, that movie created the precedent or the foundation for what was Batman v Superman, which I think was a more just injustice in general. Like they messed that up. They could have made it so much stronger and just dropped the ball. Like, you did good with the beginning and having Batman being mad about it, but then he turned out to be a damn asshole.
Yep.
Superman is stupid. Yep. And then Lex Luthor, and then then you got the Suicide Squad coming afterwards, which is where we're at right now.
Yep.
And no one wants to see Harley Quinn because they kind of they dropped the ball narratively from the overall story perspective. That's why the Marvel movies have been so great, because they have flops. Not flops. They have meh films. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, maybe Black Widow, I don't know. But like, they all overall just, add to a narrative that's good, right? Essentially,
And that's a whole nother thing with Superman. It's like going into Suicide Squad and where we stand here with the DCEU. It's like the beginning of Superman, Suicide Squad was showing typical black dudes up here selling the fucking Superman shirt, and like he died. I'm like, wait, when did everybody start caring about this motherfucker? like it was just weird, man. But and I guess that also wraps into my final comment about Birds of Prey, is the fact that I think in general maybe people just don't care. People just don't care. People just don't care enough about DC films. People don't care enough about DC films to watch the low-level spin-offs. Mm-hmm. You put an Iron Man, you put an Aquaman one, you give us Wonder Woman, people will go see these movies. But
street level stuff.
Yeah, street level, Suicide Squad, like the only way, and that's the only way they're going to be making money off of Suicide Squad, the next one that's coming out, is because fucking James Gunn is directing it. If it was anybody other than James Gunn, if it was not a notable director, nobody was gonna see Suicide Squad.
From the director movie of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Because that's what people...
1, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 almost fired from Disney until we picked him up and gave this nigga a job. James Gunn's Suicide Squad 2.
But not really 2. Kind of a spin-off. Well, you'll get the idea. Just watch it. Harley's back. That's exactly how the Honest Trailer did that shit. That's exactly how.
Oh, really?
What? No.
That's how they did it?
No. Okay. But I'm saying if they do, that's exactly gonna be how it would go.
I was gonna say, well, you're welcome, Honest Trailer.
Right.
That's it right there.
It's written. What was it gonna? So, anyways, I want to watch the movie just because I like what it is. Harley Quinn.
Yes.
But I just, it's not the only way that I could watch it in any sort of recognizable quality is I gotta spend about fucking $30, $40, almost $60 total to go on base, military base, and watch that movie. And that's a hit or miss in terms of the sound. And I just don't feel like I should have to make extra loopholes and extra work for that shit.
Especially at the end of the day, we got full schedules and shit.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough.
Right. And the last time, and every time I do that, I can't really think of the last time I saw a movie on base that I really came out enjoying was Black Panther.
That was a party.
That was cool. But every other movie I've seen since then was Justice League. It was Deadpool 2. It was also Deadpool. It was Doctor Strange. I just coming out of those movies, I didn't really have this feeling I just felt tired. I was like, yeah, okay, well, it was fun, but I'm just tired. And I feel like I'll be the same way with Harley Quinn. I went all the way out there to see this movie, and I'm like, it was alright.
I have access and I don't even go. I don't.
Right.
I was realizing, man, after this Academy Awards, I haven't watched as much cinema as I used to in the past few years. Because I don't like going to Yokosuka. I really don't. I don't like driving down there. I don't like taking the train, having to go through,
right.
down the street with all the crazy folks that,
Right. Right.
Yeah, acting wild and stuff. Mm-mm.
So I mean that's kind of where we're at. Okay, so we're wrapping up that topic. 42 minutes in. Yeah, that's why we haven't seen Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. I really want to get that. After trashing on DC right now, WB, I really want a representative from WB to get in contact with me so I can watch some of these screeners because they showed like a good amount of my friends in Japan actually watched the movie already at the WB studios, the office in Japan.
Is that how Dante sees this stuff?
Yeah,
like Joker and stuff like that?
I'm surprised Dante hasn't introduced anybody to me after all this time, particularly with my influencer reputation. I could do some good promotion, but oh well. I actually messaged one of the girls that she went to go see it. She's an Instagrammer and everything.
Yeah.
And she ended up seeing it a few weeks ago, and I was like, hey, can you put me in contact with your WB rep like that? And
like,
she was like,
no rep.
no, she does. Like she does. Like
okay.
she has, but it's her agency that connected her.
Okay.
I'm like, fuck, man. Where are these people? Like,
yeah.
As much as I'm putting out for WB, I should be the first person they ask. Like, Mr. Hakazone, we have a special exclusive of.
Is it a Japanese thing? Like, is it because you don't market to the Japanese?
That's exactly what it is.
That's what.
That's the biggest problem.
If they don't, because your following is back in the States,
exactly.
To a Japanese national, it's
exactly.
like, yeah, but you don't. No one, like you're not.
There's no point for them in Japan's mind. WB Japan. There's no point for WB Japan to have me watching stuff because it doesn't translate into direct sales for their division.
Okay. Because I was watching Joshua and his YouTube recently, and I'm like, wow, he's doing like a full Japanese videos and stuff with him and his Japanese partner. And I'm sure that right there, he can parlay a relationship with these companies because he's going full Nihongo style on this shit. Like,
which is crazy because like I've gotten offers for many things, and particularly The Walking Dead or whatever, and they're just like, oh shit, okay, we want to send you some stuff. Oh, can you take? We're gonna give you exclusive access, and I'm like, sure, send it over. And they're like, oh, you don't live in America, okay. Never mind. And so I've missed a lot of deals that way. That really sucks.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It really sucks. Right. Mainly for them because they just don't want to pay for shipping.
Yes.
So I get it. I get it. Whereas other channels have occasionally...
they get boxes and stuff all the time.
Yo, I was like... I think the most heated I've ever been was when during The Walking Dead when it was at its
They got the
peak.
bats and shit.
Yo, I was so mad about that.
Negan bats and shit.
Yo, I was like, these motherfuckers don't even watch the show. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I seen those videos. Hey, thank you, blah, blah, blah.
Thank you, AMC, for sending us these bats. I'm like, these fuckers have never mentioned The Walking Dead once in their life.
Yeah,
and
maybe I'll go see it. Maybe we'll do some content.
Yo, I was so heated about that. Like I legit that was the one time I like messaged The Walking Dead. I'm like, hey yo, what the fuck? like, what the fuck is up with this? Like wait a second. Like, and then they got back to me and they're like, AMC was looking for people, but they only sent those bats to people who live in LA and shit.
I gotta give you an address. So a website. Sometimes when I order things back in the States that will not ship to Japan, I use. Never mind.
Right. I got yeah. Never mind. Anyways, all right. Moving on. What else was I gonna say? Oh, on the Team Four Sta.
Oh yes, those guys.
So Team Four Sta, a lot of you guys might know, Team Four Sta actually came out a few days ago and announced that they are going to cease any more operations to continue Dragon Ball Z Abridged, or Dragon Ball Bridge, however you want to call it. And I think a lot of us saw this coming in general because the last time they actually did one was about a year ago. Which was episode 60, and it ended on the Cell Saga, and it was a pretty decent ending as a way to end it.
It felt like an ending,
right? but they were going to continue. They were thinking about continuing into the Boo saga, but they never really got around to it. And so they were, teary eyed, and they were really upset about it. And I've always been a big fan of their work, but I over the years I had noticed that the comical passion had been missing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the other things is they really dove into it to a point where they really, these dudes were feeling like they were creating something super original, which I appreciate. As someone who is up here taking content and making it as transformative as possible, yes. I do appreciate the extra steps that they were doing to make all that shit work. But I also felt like that rawness, that raw comical edge of when they first started disappeared really early on, like that.
Yeah.
So
for me, they felt like it was the longer that the episodes became, it was borderline.
Yeah.
It was borderlining just a redub.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
I agree.
And they mentioned in their video particularly what's most important is the legal issues with Toei. For one, you don't fuck with these Japanese companies and their IP. They will snatch your shit up real quick.
Yep.
And so that alone, I understand why they ceased operations. But also, especially when people are starting to compare your work with the actual official Funimation dubs, then you start really getting into the people legally, legit folks will start coming at your ass. And it just, for me, it felt like it started to feel like a redub. Less comedy, like you said, and just more redoing lines to almost seem like what works better. Yeah. And I get it. They redid. They it's not just that, because they redid animation. They dove in stuff, and they kind of had some gags that callbacks to past episodes, but still, when it got longer, I think it was a half an hour episode for the finale, it felt like.
Right. I remember, especially when reactions became a thing. I just remember wanting to go in there. I definitely enjoyed the series a lot more before reactions was a thing. And I was very hesitant to actually do reactions to them because of the fact that I just really enjoyed watching it as a fan and not being a reactor, actually watching and how am I going to actually comment on this, because it's already a recut of particularly I have a particular philosophy about the way I do reactions. Not everybody agrees with it, but I prefer my style of just commentary first.
Yes.
Commenting and reacting, opposed to just laughing.
I see.
Staring or whatever.
You're not actually adding to the
exactly. And so I just felt with Team 4 Star stuff, as you said, the longer it got, the more of just a redub it started to feel. And there wasn't much I could add to that other than okay, this is just like the original now.
Yeah, exactly. You're just rewatching it with new voice actors, and they really did good. There were some moments I remember lately within their later episodes that really had me dying. I think there was the thing with Cell and he was pseudo homosexual.
Yeah, right.
That shit would have me if I'm drinking something by the computer,
right.
They did have some good funny moments. They really did transform that character.
Right.
Suddenly. And it's funny that song that they used at the end.
Frank Sinatra. My Way.
Yeah, My Way. So my daughter, one of her favorite movies when she was younger, she's still young, but younger, was Sing. And so at the end of that, the mouse character sung that song, so I was already familiar with it. So I was like, yo, they're going down with this shit.
But, I guess ultimately, I'm cool with them leaving. I'm glad that they left on a high note.
It's just weird because lately it feels like a lot of YouTubers are doing that. That's what's getting me.
That's a good point.
I'm waiting for you to be yeah, guys, it's over. I'm done. I'm going back. Because there's a lot of fuckers that's legit stopping. Drift Hunter, but that was clickbait. He's actually just transforming his brand. Like,
right. It's still stopping a particular style.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
What he's doing, and but
Yeah.
that happens a lot in January, especially because the revenue is at its worst in January.
That's why people get fired for just
right.
out the blue.
What's a
Collider?
Collider, thank you. Yeah. Like January is always a transitional period for a lot of content creators and channels, and because the revenue is at its worst. So this is the best time you can get prepared to do your relaunch and what have you not. So, I've definitely looked at myself several times in the mirror and thought maybe it's time to call it quits, or maybe it's time for some form of rebranding. But The Walking Dead. The other day I was just talking about The Walking Dead, how maybe I won't even come back for season B. So it's been on like this hiatus for like 3 months now. It's mid-season break. Because my editor, he sent me his bill, and it's in the triple zeros that I need to pay, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's still high, but then I was like, okay, let me just double check and see what's up with like, how is The Walking Dead paying off? Like, am I at least breaking even? Let me show you a photo because I didn't even really notice this until I decided to go back and look, and this shit was fucking depressing. Look.
Let's see. Wait, no, I don't know. Wait. Are these the views over here?
So those are the views.
Right.
So those are the views. But you see that little money dollar sign with the cross?
Oh, that's it. They fucking demonetized.
Yeah. Almost every video of The Walking Dead that I put out last season was demonetized.
I'd be like, nah, I'm done. I'm not doing it. Like, and that's just me. But then again, what I do is different. It's more personal, like for my channel. But like, that's why when I started it, one of the things I don't do is I don't use music anymore from anybody else. I use the YouTube audio library. I just started chatting with Joshua about it. Like, I'm just not. I don't want to hear any of that bullshit about fucking copyright like infringement. Like, fuck y'all.
I mean, and so that put me in a kind of fucked up place. I'm like, damn, wait. So what am I gonna do? Because like it's the same situation with Arrow, and like, am I gonna just wait for this fucking season, for the series to end, or should I just leave? Because it's like I can't keep on doing this work for free, and it's not. I'm not even doing it for free at this point. I'm actually paying people, so I'm actually losing money. Spending money to put out videos just for not a majority, but a good amount of people just to complain, why didn't you like this point? Like that. It doesn't really make sense like that. So I don't know what I'm going to do about The Walking Dead, because I had that problem with the CW shows way back in a few years ago. Was every time I put out a Flash reaction or Arrow reaction, it got fucking claimed by Warner Brothers, and I'm like, Warner Brothers, thank you for the fucking $5, and so I remember putting it out there. I was like, hey guys, I can't do these shows anymore. Like, I just can't sit here for 4 or 5 hours editing these CW shows when they're not really the same gold standard they once were. And on top of that, there's not any monetary funds coming in. So then editors came around, and they're like, look, we'll help you. Like, we want to continue to see these reactions, and we'll do them for you pro bono and everything. And for like 1 season, we were able to get all these shows out there, which was real cool, and I will always be appreciative to that. But then, those editors also have
things they have to do,
things they need to do, and they have their own personal life or whatever. And so the best thing the CW ever did for me was finish Arrow. Like,
yes.
because I think there was no way I was ever going to be able to stop. And then people would have been mad. Because I remember when I stopped Arrow the first time around season 4, and they were like, and people were like, no, you just gave up, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, it's just not worth my time to be editing shows that are subpar.
Yeah.
And on top of that, not making any money from them. It's like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
So,
because this is at the end of the day, you still want this to feel like
a hobby, right?
It's a hobby, right? You don't
right.
want to
You
feel like
want
you're
that.
chasing an algorithm.
Right, exactly.
That's why I try to put out a video every month, but if I miss it, like, who the hell cares? Because, like, this is for me and my family, you know? Like, I share this with them. I'm not blown up like you, but, like, you know, you still don't want to feel like you're chasing this, because that's when the stress really comes on.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, and then you're like, what the hell? You know, and then folks get mad at you. It's like...
Yep. And it's just like, and then they start calling you clickbait material or whatever when you're making videos about whatever every time. Like, you know, I could make separate videos about birds of prey. I don't know what I'd be doing talking to myself. Like, just if it's by myself, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, like, just talking to myself about birds of prey or Team 4 Star or the Joker winning Academy Awards and all that other stuff, I'm like, it's all right. Like, it's all right. If I do a talk show type style like this, I'm fine with it. Every week, I like the way John Campea does it.
I haven't watched this stuff. I've not been a big John Campea fan. Some of the things he says turns me off. But I respect the craft.
Yeah,
I really do.
No, I do like that because he talks to his fans and he does these weekly shows, and I'd be down for a weekly show. Speaking of which, guys,
it's been a while since we had a phone call, you know, a rap battle.
Stanley. Speaking of which, that reminds me, guys. So this Saturday will be my last Saturday working at my Saturday job. This will be the last Saturday, so I'm going to be quitting that job, and I will start to be free maybe on Saturdays, which is in America. That's Friday night for you guys. So I don't know. Like, what I really want to do is what we're doing right now in the call-in show. But the only day that's really available, it seems, is on a Thursday, today, right now, or Wednesday. That's it for the call-in show. But what I would love to do on Saturdays is do something where people could call in. Could you imagine, like, Friday night drunk people just go, like that? I'd love to do that.
Well,
shit.
I can imagine because it's happened already a couple of times. So
right. But, like, I just got to get it on schedule. I gotta figure out a way to make that a reality, because I would love to do streaming, more streaming, call-in shows or something on Saturdays. Yeah, I know John Campea does it usually. Yesterday, Jody's Corner, he does it about the same time right now. Actually, I think. Yeah, I definitely want to do it a little bit more in the future. But anyways, that's the deal. All right, guys, we are going to get out of here. It's about that time. I need to check and see if my delivery was made, because I don't know what happened. Like,
they're supposed to be here with our stuff.
Yeah, they were supposed to be here. Like, they got 2 more minutes, but that's about it. Like, I don't know where my shit went.
Jeff Bezos, hurry up. Let's get that.
Right? Look at that. Damn, just while we were talking about this shit, look at this. Your video, My Hero Academia, episode 4, episode 15, may have content that is owned or licensed by Sony. It's always Sony. ATV Publishing, but it's still available on YouTube. In some cases, ads may appear. So basically, I don't get any money from those videos. But I had to pay my editor for that video. So, like I'm saying, that's a big problem.
It happened to me just once, and I was like, never again. That's it. That's why I'm not, like, talking about video games on my channel anymore. Like, I just did the one Shenmue video, and it's like, no, because it's only a matter of time before someone tries to, like, you know, get your shit shut down.
Well, I mean, and then, you know, that's my thing. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how can I not, how can I talk about these shows but not show the show
Yeah.
You know, it's like
You can, but I feel like these companies are just,
nitpicking.
They're nitpicking, but they're being, they're punking, YouTubers with that. You know what I mean?
It's not, and that's the craziest part. It's like it's not even like worth it. Like, what are you taking? You're taking fucking $3 away. Like the highest some of these videos will get is like 6,000 views. That's $6, less than $6. I'm like, is it really worth it to do that, Sony? Like, you need money that bad. Well, actually, Sony might need that money that bad, actually. All right, y'all. We're going to get on out of here. I need to check what's up with this recording, and I will deliver it, and we will talk very, very soon. Thank you, everybody. This was fun, a nice little hour talk. My breakfast was good, and like typical McDonald's, I gotta take a shit now. So I will talk to you guys later. We'll do some streaming. Jump on over to the Twitch page right now, aka Akasun, aka SAN _ plays. Yeah, I think so. AKA SAN _ plays. Jump on over to the Twitch page, and we're gonna get Terry up here on the VR with the Beat Saber. We got that going on. And you got to do it now because the way Twitch works is it's going to probably mute all the songs that he plays. So if you want to see it live, aka SAN _ plays on Twitch. Okay, we got 3 people watching right now. When we come back, we'll do a few songs or something, and then we'll probably do the Harley Quinn show reactions. Talk to you later. Peace, y'all. Go see Birds.